Hi. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. We're going to talk today about the main mistakes, the most common mistakes that candidates, that job seekers do when they are in their job searching process. So this is a topic that I talk every single day in my life with my clients, with friends, with people who are considering a job change and all of that. So it's really nice to be able to talk about it in a more, let's say, open environment and share those things that people kind of confess to me. Oh, Juliana, I'm doing this. Is this correct or not? So it's a very interesting topic. It's something that I talk every single day, and it's going to be nice to share that with more people. And then also hear from you. Like if you're watching the live and you are in a job searching process, if you are considering that, if you're starting the process, or if you have been doing this for months and are not succeeding, or if you are having good results, but if you want to improve the way you do your job search, that's a perfect time to do that. Let's talk about it. I know a lot of people are struggling in the job searching process. So first message here, and very important one, is you're not alone. If you are having troubles, if you're finding it difficult to do your job search, if you are not having the results as fast as you wanted, first of all, let's breathe and understand that you're not alone doing that. You're not the only one who's struggling with that. I think it's necessary, to talk more about those things and put into perspective. So first of all, understand that everybody struggles with job searching. If it was easy, we didn't need to be here talking about it. So that's the first thing. And the second thing, there is this feeling that we are ashamed of talking about it, of openly saying, you know what, my job search is not working as I wanted. So let's stop the shame. Let's talk openly about it. This is a safe environment. I want to create a safe space that we can share our doubts, and we're going to answer the best way we can, because we need to talk more about job search and review the details and understand what is behind the process and understand what a recruiter thinks. So I have been working as a recruiter for more than 15 years. Annie, my guest, also has a large experience in HR as recruiter, career consultant, and all of that. So we both know the other side of the story, and that's exactly what we want to share with you today. Hello, hello.
You see me?
Welcome.
Thank you.
I do see you. Yes, nice. So why don't you start introducing yourself for people that still don't have the pleasure to know you? You want to introduce yourself?
Yes. So
Yeah.
I'm Annie Gomes. So basically 8 years in human resources industry, 6 in France, 2 abroad in Europe, more in East European countries, and a bit in Irish for Irish company, not in Ireland, but for Irish company.
Mm-hmm.
And so 1 year ago, I decided to start as an online career consultant, as my personal life bring me in this way. So this is what I wanted to do also for a long time, but I didn't know how. And so, yeah, like 1 year ago, I decided to start, and everything go well. So basically what I'm doing online is I offer services. I help people, individuals in any kind of industries,
Okay.
for their job searching tools. So it starts from the CV, from the cover letter, of course, LinkedIn is really important. And we can continue move forward on the interview preparation session, knowledge of the market, depending where they're searching, of course, and so on, like prepare and so
Amazing. So
yeah.
you really know the stuff. Yeah. All the steps from different markets, also in France, in Europe, Irish
Yeah,
market, and all of that. And we work in a very similar way, right?
yeah,
Supporting candidates. We both come from the corporate environment,
yeah,
HR, recruitment, all of that. And now we are both in working as career consultants. That's exactly why I wanted to bring you here, because I talk to candidates all the time, and you also talk to
yeah,
candidates all the time. That's what we do. And I noticed that the job market is way more competitive now after COVID, or still during COVID. I don't know if we can say after, but let's say after COVID happened, the job market is more competitive, right? And a lot of good candidates, good professionals. They unfortunately got laid off and they are in the market competing with others. So the situation is different than it was, let's say, beginning of this year. So from your experience, Annie, and because you know the different sides of the story, how do you think that a candidate can differentiate himself or herself in the job search strategy, in the reality of the market that we have now? What can the person does to after COVID,
with the situation and so basically, like there is some basics. Then with the COVID, of course, there is 2-3 things that come up. So of course, know good market, job market, and do the research. Of course, the sell the soft skills, your own soft skills, because organizations are looking for candidates that are well technically, but also the soft skill will do the difference. And so right now we're talking about COVID, so the languages can make a difference. Often underestimate, and as everything shifts globally, a lot of business are global. We can say so. Like have more and more language in your tool. Like it will open door for sure. And starting by English, it's the basic one. One more point that I see also, it's I will say the online presence. So
super important. Yeah.
Online, it's basically
you don't exist. You don't exist.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So when I say online, first on LinkedIn, and so by also build your and develop the online presence. At the same time, develop the personal brand. Like show what you know, show your accomplishments, your interest. So yeah, but those 4 points are really key today to make the difference and be yourself.
Yeah. I don't want people who are watching to feel overwhelmed, because it is a lot. It is a lot of things that you said. So can we go a bit deeper into the understanding the job market? I think it was the first aspect that you mentioned, right? You said like to really know the job market. So how can I do that? Very easy steps. So people will understand and they won't feel like, oh, this is hard. No, this is not hard. We're going to explain how to do that. So if I am a job searcher and I want to understand more the job market for my area, for my field, what exactly can I do? And how can I do that you just said? You should understand the job market. So how can I do that?
So first of all, do the research of your industry. So your industry, how your industry goes at the moment with, for example, the COVID situation. Look also if things are shifting and in your industries, they're looking for more people who know how to work remotely, for example. So because the knowledge of you will need to adapt when you know then your job market, you will need to adapt to some change that bring with the situation. Do the research online, also contact some recruiters, some well-known people in the industry that can give you some information. Like, look, you contact someone and say like, things are going bad right now, we're gonna slow down.
So is it okay to talk to people about it, to ask for feedback? Is it okay? People won't take it wrong.
No.
It could be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's also in their interest to know, for example, that they have someone who is interested. For now, it's a maybe freezing situation, but later on, they may need this person. So it's always talk,
It's good for the company also. Yeah, I agree that maybe that company is not hiding at the moment, but if you somehow connect with them, you start a conversation, you ask about the market situation, the positions, how are things changing, how they see the development of that area and all of that. It might start as a conversation, but I have real case of clients that a conversation like that ended up in an invitation for a job interview because there was no such a position open at that moment, but because the conversation went so well, at some point they're like, you know what, now we do have a position, so we want to interview you. And
Exactly.
that actually, yeah, that's
It's
connected to another thing.
job market.
Exactly, except
Yeah.
this is the term, exactly, except this term, hidden job market, not everybody knows what it means. We have spoke a lot about it before, but not everybody is familiar with this term, hidden job market. So do you mind explaining what exactly you're talking about the
Saying,
hidden job market? That's a very interesting thing.
so we're saying visible and hidden. So visible is
Yeah.
basically everything what you're gonna see online, on LinkedIn, or job offers that you're gonna see on LinkedIn, on job boards, via recruitment agency, headhunter. So everything that is visible online. Or on the company website, for example, when you go to career,
Mm-hmm.
you have all the offers and the opening. And
Mm-hmm. The
hidden,
offers that are posted there.
yeah,
You search, you find them. They are posted on
exactly.
the website, on
So,
LinkedIn. Mm-hmm.
exactly. And so the term of hidden job market is basically to describe all offers that is not online, that they not promote about it. So
Yes.
it's maybe different reason that company decides, first of all, the cost. It's maybe
Mm-hmm.
cheaper for them to not post online because there is a cost of advertisement, sorry.
Yeah, let me just say to people, they might not know, but posting a job offer, one single job offer can cost between 300 euros up to 1,000 euros, depending on the job board, depending on how you position the offer and all of that. So it's very expensive. Not all the companies, they have this budget to post a job offer, or especially after COVID, that companies are saving money as much as they can. They are like, okay, it's not that I don't have the offer, it's that I don't want to use 1,000 euros to post one job offer. So I'm going to try to cover this position on different ways. So this is one reason, as you said, Annie, saving costs. It's just because this is a business. The candidate doesn't pay to apply to job offer, but this is a business. So there is a website that is making money with that. There is a company paying to post the job offer there. So if companies can, agencies also, yeah, headhunters. So there is a lot of people, a lot of money involved on it. So if the company can save the money instead of posting the job offer, they can find a way to find the best fit, the best candidate, but without posting. This is why companies don't always post a job offer. Yeah, this is the first reason for that. But there are more reasons, right? Why companies
Yeah, there is
don't
more.
post all the
So
offers.
of course the cost. Then it could be that they want keep it as much as possible quiet about their hiring decision. You know about,
Yes. And why is that? Why can it be? Why they want to keep it
maybe they have, yeah,
quiet?
they have some project, they plan to open a branch, but they don't want to communicate too much about it, and so just want, get candidate, but secretly, we will say. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, like some discreet project that they don't want to talk about it, so it's the
Yeah.
main
For
reason.
some reason, they prefer not to share that
Yeah.
strategically for the business. They cannot share yet about the new project, the new
Like,
factory, the new office, whatever. So it doesn't mean it's not happening. It is happening, but they're not making it public yet. So when, for example, they open the new office or the new factory or the new brand or the new shopping center, whatever, they already have the team there. So everybody was hired. We didn't know about it because the offer was not posted anywhere, but it didn't mean that HR was not busy filling up that position. So it happens like that, right? And it's so many jobs and industries, even like companies from other countries that are starting the operation in one country. So before they have all the team, they don't start marketing about it. So there are so many reasons why strategically the
yeah,
business is like,
yeah.
don't talk about it, but cover the position. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And so this is also a good point. They want sometime, or like often, they can get better quality candidates by or looking internally or asking for their employee.
Referrals, right?
They
So
can
they ask people
activity profile.
working in the company, do you know
Exactly.
anyone for this position? Yeah.
And
Yeah, definitely.
also what I see more and more, that some companies, they even propose a bonus for the employees who refer
Yes.
a good candidate.
Yeah.
So
It
it can be
this
also
is so powerful.
motivation. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
engage
Yeah.
the
You
employee.
motivate the employee
Exactly,
and you save money.
engage him and save money. Yeah, and
Yeah.
like most sure to have a quality candidates on top
Yeah.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And all of that doesn't happen when you post a job offer. So if there is a position that is open, I inform the people in my company, right, the employees that we have, and if they bring someone, if they refer another candidate, they present a candidate, a potential candidate. If this person is hired, and normally the person needs to stay, I don't know, 6 months, 3 months. Each company changes a little bit the requirement, but after that, you employee who presented that candidate, you you receive a bonus, as Annie said, right? You get some
Like,
financial
if the
gratification.
recruiter goes, they get the bonus.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
person gets hired,
If the person
yeah,
stays, yeah, in the company. But that's so powerful because the company is trusting their own employees. The company is saving money. That 300 up to 1,000 euros that was going to be spent on the job offer, they can give this money to the person who preferred the other one. So it's like a win-win situation, right? For everybody.
exactly, totally.
Yeah, nice. And all of that is still under the hidden job market umbrella that we said. And there is another situation that I just remember now.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the position that will be covered, like the person that is work, let's say a project manager, for example,
Yeah,
he doesn't know yet that unfortunately the company is gonna fire him, he's gonna finish his contract for some reason. So that's why the company cannot post the offer, because if the person says, why my position
exactly.
is posted on the website, that's going to create a weird environment. So sometimes it's because you're going to replace someone that still doesn't know, unfortunately, that the person is going to be, finish the contract and all of that. So for several reasons, sometimes, a lot of times, I saw studies that said like 80%, 0, a lot.
Yeah,
80% of the positions are in the hidden job market, and only 20% only
yeah,
are
that.
posted. Crazy,
So you have
right?
more chance to match a job, to score a job in a hidden job market than in a visible one.
You have more chances to be
Job,
on the hidden job market than on the official one. Yes,
yeah.
that's crazy. That's great. How about not being an European citizen applying for a job in Europe? How about being an European citizen, not being an European citizen and applying for a job in Europe? What can you say about that, Annie? Is it
Um,
possible? Is it realistic, or better not to try?
it is, but there is some step to do before. First of all, about the language. If you enter the language
Mm-hmm.
of the get position, and do your research about everything about citizenship, what you need. If you get the jobs, you will get a temporary residency, for example. Or yeah, if you need more accreditation, to get.
Mm-hmm.
So also, yeah, ask also the company if they provide, for example, sponsorship, or yeah, or the
Yeah.
administrative part.
Yeah, it adds more work for you as a candidate to
Yeah.
tell the truth. It's like it's clearly a bit more difficult. If you already have the citizenship, it's easier. Let's say, you just need to pass the recruitment process. But if you don't have the working visa, apart from passing the recruitment process, so you need to be good for the position. That's the first thing. Your
Yeah.
profile needs to match the position, right? You still need to succeed in this part. There is still the visa conversation that at some point you're going to need to have. But I have to say, Annie, and you probably also have stories like that to share, that it's not impossible. So it's more
No.
difficult, yes. Then,
Yeah.
language play a big role. As you said, the more language you speak, the better. The more experience you have in a position. So all those things, of course, will add to the thing,
Mhm.
to the chances that
Yeah.
you land the job. But it's not impossible. And I have a lot of clients that didn't
Yeah.
have visa, and they got the offer.
Yeah,
So it
and
is,
I saw also often in France, there is a lot of foreigners, Americans, so from anywhere.
yeah.
And as soon as they get the contract, then the company and the French administration will give the temporary residency or the accreditation. So it's not impossible, but just
Yeah,
put
it's
all
not important.
the things on your side. Yeah.
Yeah, do your part because you have some extra steps that
Yeah.
you need to follow, but that's part of the game. That's it. Let's face it and work on it. That's the situation.
Right.
Yeah. If I don't have experience in the industry, for example, but I have research experience, okay, could I apply for the job? So you don't have, like, if I understood right, Diego, you don't have work experience in the industry, but you worked in research more. Maybe you studied the area or you worked in more theoretical thing related to that, but not practical experience. So shall he apply for the job still, or better not, if he
You
doesn't
should
have
analyze
practical direct experience?
Yeah, you should analyze first and work on the transferable skills. See those first points.
Okay.
If he has some skill that can match the new industry, so then he can try. If not, it's also some process like, for example, learn the language or develop some skills in this industry. Do volunteers, do an internship first to get those skills and then to apply in this industry.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a junior position also could help, because he has the theory. And
Yeah.
when he said, I have research experience, maybe he studied then, just finished the course, something like that. So a junior position will give you the chance to use what you know in the theory, apply that, obviously with a lower salary, lower responsibilities because it's a junior position. But it could be a great way to put the
To,
first
yeah.
step, let's say, in the area, in the market, and then add more value to your experience. Or, as you said, the volunteer experience is also an option. But sometimes we need to pay the bills. So it's like I cannot do the volunteer right now
Yeah.
because I still need
Or
to pay the bills. Yeah, yeah. So it's a mix, but a junior position, I think it's a nice mix between,
yeah,
okay, I want to enter this area, yeah, but give me the chance, and then I'm gonna, put everything that I know in the theory. So it's a nice combination. Because that's another thing. Sometimes we want to shoot too high. I'm not saying if it's your case, Diego, I don't have enough information from your side, but just as a general comment,
yeah,
sometimes we as a candidate, our aspiration is too high to
yeah,
start with, and then if we don't get like a management position or a supervisor or something like that, we give up. So don't give up. If your goal is to be a manager, that's an amazing goal, but go step by step. Maybe you need to be assistant first, and then a team leader, and then at some point you're going to get there. So it's a way to start and to grow within the company. That's also a nice option, right? Especially for those times. Start in a lower position, and then you know your potential, you know you can grow, and it's going to happen inside the company. How to send email to recruiter even though they don't have opportunity at the moment. I love that. How to send an
how to
email
do
to the recruiter
even though they don't
even if
have.
there is no open position. Yeah, yeah. So what
You
can you say about that?
show your interest about the company first, about the industry maybe, and ask them question about the company, if there is some project, that upcoming project, and bring your experience, talk a bit about your experience and you're willing to integrate this company, and let's open question, not yes or no. Always like go for open questions.
Do you have a job for me? No. End of the conversation. So avoid this kind of question. What would be an open question to ask instead of do you have a job for me? That's a yes no question. We don't want that. Can you share one example of open question that is more useful?
Question could be I heard that soon you developing, it's, for example, we will say I don't know, vintage, for example, you opening section for the home interior stuff to sell home interior. Do you plan on this section to hire more people? Do you have already a team? What is the perspective for this branch?
I love that. I love that. Yeah. It shows that you know about the new project coming on. So it shows that you know about the market, you know about the company. Like you as a candidate, you did your homework. So the example that you gave of open questions shows that first you did your homework and you investigated about the company, the new projects and all of that. So you're already looking good just by the way you started. It's like, interesting. She knows what she's talking about. Good impression since the beginning. Very good. Second, you're increasing the chances of starting a conversation, dialogue. You're opening, it's a two-way thing. If I ask you, do you have a job? The answer is no, end of the story. But if I ask, do you have a team for that? Any idea when the project is going to start? Do you know the main resource? This kind of thing, you're giving more chance that the other person, who can be a future hiring manager, pay attention to it, right? Or the recruiter, or a colleague, can be any of those people. Doesn't need to be only the recruiter, but could be the recruiter. The person can tell you, look, we don't have the team yet, but I'll probably start hiring by September. So you're like, interesting. So you put an alarm on your calendar. In September, you contact the person again. But if you ask now, are you hiring now? She's going to say no. End of the story. So open questions are so much interesting. Yeah.
Make them talk.
Create a conversation.
Because we think often that during interview process, that is the recruiter who has question and I just answer and that's it. It's just a one way. But no, it's forced. Yes. It's a way conversation. They make you talk, but you have also to make them talk.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's your life. You are gonna work there, spend 8 hours, 6 hours, whatever, in that company. So you need to be comfortable with that. You need to have a voice. Are you going to be like all the time? No. So start by the interview, ask questions, show your potential, show that you did your homework and you know about the company, you know about the new projects and all of that. So it can start even before you do the interview, when you connect to the recruiter. What is the best tool to use for applying in the European job market? Is it LinkedIn or there is another one? So what is the best tool to use for applying in the European job market? Is it LinkedIn or there is something else? What do you say, Annie?
Of course,
good question.
You have to be on LinkedIn and use it as much as possible, but there is also more and more, I will say, untraditional, like Facebook group, special website, for example, remote job. So you have also to go not only on LinkedIn and a regular job board, but also all those Facebook group that they're sharing job offers, specialized in job offers, but also, you know, like as I live also abroad, you just go on the, for example, foreigners in France, because also they're gonna talk on daily stuff, but they're gonna also post offers, job offers. So of course it's the main start, but also you have to go on those small platform related to foreigners abroad and stuff like that.
That's amazing. Yeah. Think outside of the box, especially now that, as we said at the beginning, the market is so competitive. I mean, LinkedIn, you have to be there. There is no, we don't need to talk about it anymore. You have to. So this is not a question anymore. So you don't need to ask if you need to be on LinkedIn. Yes, you need to be on LinkedIn, period. On the top of that, apart from that, right, what Annie says that diversify. Facebook groups, sometimes you need to spend a lot of time there because you read like several posts about so many things. So it's a bit tiring. But I agree that the groups like foreigners in France, in Barcelona, in whatever, people who are foreigners who just arrived there, they're going to need a job. So they talk about it or they post job offers. So it's a nice a place to be, although it takes a lot of time. But anyway,
also you can go
it's
on
part of the
institution websites like Embassy or schools, like foreign schools in
Yeah.
countries, and
Language schools also, right?
yeah,
Language schools can also, they have sometimes a job board
yeah.
to do that. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, there are different ways. We need to think a bit outside of the box. I
So
know it's not easy,
don't limit yourself
but
is the thing.
yeah, yeah. Put time. It's like, as people say, looking for a job is your job if you're not working. So that's it, right? Put the time
Yeah.
and the effort to do that. Yeah. Annie, I wanna ask you about curriculum because that's another very important side of the story.
Mm-hmm.
If I am as a candidate looking for a job, so one part is finding the options, finding the offers, identify them, see if I meet the requirements and all of that. So this part is very important. And then the next part would be probably applying for the job, right? I found one, I like it, I think I meet the requirements, I'm going to apply. And then at some point, I will send my curriculum, my resume,
Yeah.
my CV. But we still see every day a lot of mistakes done when
Yes.
people write resumes. You're laughing, I'm laughing here too. People
Yes.
still do a lot of mistakes in this part, and I'm not saying it's easy. I know it's very hard to write it. I'm laughing because there are some
Yeah.
mistakes that they happen every day, right? Like
Yeah.
very
But it's
common mistakes. So
basically basic stuff, but it's
yeah,
still happening every day. So I think it's some point
exactly.
to be reminded.
Let's talk about let's talk about that. The ones that came to my mind, into your mind for sure, when you thought like, oh, candidates do a lot of these mistakes. So let's talk about those ones. So people won't make the same mistakes. They can make other mistakes, but not the basic ones
Yeah.
when writing a curriculum. So let's say the three main mistakes, Annie,
So
that you see when people write their CV. Mistake number one.
the first thing I see, and that is really important, and that maybe is not apparently clear and important for people, but have a job title on your CV, please. It's really
Why is that so important? Why is it so important? A job title.
because yeah, they can say it's define what you're doing, what you did, but also what you target. So you're not gonna your job title on your CV have to match your job application. So if
Yes.
you target, for example, customer service,
Digital marketing or
yeah,
customer service.
head of digital marketing, your job title
Okay.
TV have to be head of digital marketing, not
Yeah.
executive
Customer service.
customer service,
Executive. Yeah,
logistic.
exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. So
yes,
make sure that you align that. If you put like, my objective is customer service manager, and then I receive your curriculum like, well, it's a head of digital marketing position. So you didn't read what we're applying for. You're just sending the same curriculum to 200 offers, which probably is what happened. So be careful with that. It's not about just sending the same curriculum with the same time. Oh my goodness, that was for the customer service position, but I sent to the digital marketing. Out. So
we're gonna think why
very common
apply,
mistakes.
like, and
What is that?
we're gonna think why he applied, and we're not even gonna take time
Yeah,
to read the end of the CV. We first
exactly. It's like,
read the title, yeah.
yeah,
So first of all,
exactly.
the title is important, and your resume objective. Then, of course, what is the big main is no relevant accomplishment, no highlight. Most of the time, candidates talk about their duties without highlighting their accomplishment, the result, which project they did,
Exactly.
what they bring for the company, increase the sales of 30%. And so this is really important because it shows what you can bring for the company, how you perform, and
Mm-hmm.
yeah, how you evaluate in the company.
Yeah. I 100% agree, Annie. I see so many curriculums. I could say 80%, 85% of the curriculums that I'm doing for my clients, when they send me their current curriculum, they have no achievement. They have no result. They're just like, it's like as if I have copy and paste the job description. And let me tell you, people, curriculum is not about copy and paste the job description. It would be very easy, but it's not. This is not what is going to help you with the job, because you need to show, as Annie said, the results, the positive impact that you created in the organization. Some examples to add on what you mentioned already, like for example, increased sales by 25% in 3 months due to a new marketing campaign. So it's very specific. I increased sales by how much? By 25% in 3 months, so in a period of time, and how? So what I did, in which period of time, and how I did it. All of that very short, maybe 1, maximum 2 lines, because again, that's another mistake I'm gonna add before you say the third mistake. Were you gonna say that? Were you going to say that? The link? Okay. Yeah, I didn't know which was your third one. But people, curriculum is not the book of your life. It's not your life story in all the details. In a curriculum, you won't be able, you cannot share all the details. That's not possible. It's a limited space. So you cannot say everything. You have to choose. And then as Annie said, if you have to choose, what do I choose? Describe what I have done in each job in a lot of details, or mention the results, the achievements.
Exactly.
Results and achievements, definitely.
Because if not, you will have also too long, and when you just copy paste the job description, it's like a generic CV, and it's no purpose.
It's not about you. Anyone could be that person, but you're not talking about you, what you did in the job. How did you stand out? Which results you brought to the company? And then you can be very specific, because otherwise you're talking in a general way, and like, it's not adding value. Achievements, results, which difference you made in the company. That's number 2. And which is your number 3, the third most common mistake that people do when writing a resume or a curriculum? What is that?
What we too long, but it goes
okay,
with,
the length.
And I put like too generic often, but it goes with accomplishment as well. And I will say not highlighting, like not matching, of course, the job description, but not highlighting their skills and soft skills, like especially I would say technical skills, like, okay, it's show their duties, but they often also forget about the skills, highlight the skills.
So people, forget about describing. Let's not focus on a descriptive curriculum, one that looks just like the job description. I'm not saying it doesn't need to look like the job description, but you need to go 4 steps ahead of that. You need to go further than that. So don't stop. This is just the first step, that your curriculum met the job description. That's important. But if you stop there, you're missing a lot of things on the process. So can we talk a little bit about LinkedIn? I know we spoke already about it, but as we said, being on LinkedIn, if you are on a job search, let me say that again, sorry if I'm being repetitive, but you have to be on LinkedIn if you are in a job search. So that's mandatory. But then once you are on LinkedIn, that's when people get lost, because that's what I see, Annie. People get this part, okay, I need to be on LinkedIn, so I create my profile, I am there, but then I don't know what to do once I'm there. That's the second part of this. I am on LinkedIn, I have a profile, but what do I do now? So as a candidate, here I say LinkedIn is a must. But the problem, my friend, is that then people don't know what to do. They get lost in the process. So it's not only having your profile there. That's the first step. But let's talk about the second step, to stand out from other candidates, because most of the candidates, if not all of them, they are on LinkedIn already. So you're just as everybody else. There is no special thing about you yet. So how can you differentiate on LinkedIn and make your job search happen faster, make you finding a job faster? What can people do?
As you see, not just be, but have your profile set and complete 100%. This is important.
That's so important. Complete profile and
or they are not. Or
people
they
don't
are,
have that.
But the profile is empty. So have your
yeah,
profile,
that's terrible.
yeah,
Yes,
because
complete
like
profile.
a scouting profile. So
Can you say that again?
recruiters, they are scouting profiles.
Yeah, they read everything. That's what recruiters
Yeah.
do. They will read your profile.
Yeah,
If there is nothing there, next one.
it's
If
like
you don't take the time,
exactly.
yeah, if you don't take the time to write, why am I going to take the time to call you? So you didn't bother to fill up the information, the details. So I understand that you're not caring enough about that. So it's super important to have a complete profile, updated one. And that includes, let me say, Annie, the current job that you have, because people think that update profile is until my previous job. No, but what about the job you're doing now? Especially because this is the most recent one. So I definitely want to know what you're doing now. I want to see the kind of projects you're dealing at the moment, the skills you're developing now. So updated profile is not about the previous job, it's also about the job you're doing now if you are working. So very important to have an updated profile. Yes, completely updated, super important. Yeah.
Also, I would say that, LinkedIn, recruiters, are scouting, and if you're not set good and, on your headline, for example, also it's something, another point I will say, the headline of your LinkedIn is like your CV job title.
Yes.
So you need
headline.
to target.
Yeah. Super important. Yeah. Can you explain where is the headline? If people are not familiar with the name itself, where is it on LinkedIn so people understand what is the headline?
To the LinkedIn picture, your LinkedIn profile picture, it's what you're gonna put. I'm a career consultant, I'm a customer service manager. So it's the title that you put what you are. So you need target. You have a possibility to put 120 words, I think.
Now it's more. Since last month, 220 now. It changed. It was 120, now it's more. So it's better. Yeah, so you have more character.
Yeah. So what is key in those headlines is that you need to think what is your audience, what you target. If you're seeking for a job in a company, so you need to turn your headline to employer focused. If you are freelance, independent, you're gonna turn your headline for client focus. If you're just there to network, so then you're gonna turn it in network focus. So it's really important which keyword you use for your job title, your headline.
Yeah. Wow, you said so many things. Let me just say that again because you add a lot of value here. I love everything you said. So first, headline is very important. Don't underestimate that. And the headline is that line right under your name on LinkedIn. So you have your profile photo, the round one, then your name, and under your name, that line is called headline. So you have now LinkedIn recently changed that. I'm happy about it. It's like 220 characters, so you can write a little bit more. And another thing you said, Annie, that I totally agree is that you need to understand who are you talking to? Who is your audience, on LinkedIn? So if you're targeting companies, then you want to talk the language that company use, the skills they are looking for, what they will search for when they are looking for your profile. So it's not about being super technical. If there is another term that refers more to your career, to your job, to your skills, use that. Make it easy for people to find you. So identify who you're talking to, and then adjust the language, the keywords, the way you're going to describe that headline for those people to find you. That's the most important thing. Yeah.
And I remember we talked one day also about that, about those headlines. Also to use term that people will understand. Like simple.
Exactly.
Remember when we talked about that? Like
if you're too technical, if you speak too difficult, or I had a client this morning. His current position is brand ambassador for a company. And then I was like, what is a brand ambassador? And he was like, yeah, nobody knows this term. And that's what he had on his headline. And I said, if nobody knows what a brand ambassador does, definitely you don't want to use that in your headline. And he said, yes, Juliana, but that's my job title at the moment. I was like, I don't care. You mentioned that on the experience below on your profile because
Yeah.
that's your job title. But on your headline, which is one of the first things that people will see in your profile, don't use this brand ambassador because nobody knows what it means. So it's not helping you to communicate with your audience. It's not helping you to sell what you do to people. So it's like, okay, if your job title is brand ambassador, good for you, but mention that under in the experience and in the
Yeah.
headline, talk about it in a different way. So I was like, okay, what do you do? Oh, I take care of the sales. I oversee different areas of the business. I also help marketing area. That's it. So talk about those things. Business, sales, everybody understands that, right? That's very clear, modern brand ambassador. So adjust what you were saying in a way that's easy for people to understand. That's perfect. Perfect. I couldn't have said that better. Yeah, nice. What else can people do
Exactly.
on LinkedIn once they already are there? They have a complete profile, an amazing headline.
Complete
What else can they do?
headline. Proactive. Be proactive. Engage. It's not just about posting but also engaging mindfully, not just a like or
Like,
simple.
congratulations. Well done. Yeah, we can do
Yeah,
more than that on LinkedIn. Okay. When
yeah.
you say
Open
engage,
conversation and sorry.
okay. What do you mean? What do you mean by engage? Because we are moving to an important part of LinkedIn here. So it's important to have a profile. It's important to have it updated. It's important to have a nice headline, choose the right words. But then there is the use that you give of LinkedIn, right? The using the platform. And then you mentioned engaging. What is engaging? Can you give some specific examples so people understand what you mean?
Commenting mindfully on the post that you found interesting or that's open for debate, It can be also in the way that you contact people in a private message and talk about a specific subject.
Mm-hmm.
It can be reposting something that you found really efficient, really interesting, and
Yeah.
reposting and write something about it. Not just repost, but like take a look.
Yeah.
It's interesting, and develop a little bit. Don't make one like one paragraph, but like 2-3 lines to open
Yeah.
to attract people that they read also what you found interest. So yeah, it
Yeah.
can
There are so many ways to
be
engage. Yeah.
PM, like private message, and reposting something really mindfully and open the conversation.
Yeah, amazing, amazing. There are so many ways to engage. Engage is using the platform and connecting with others. Because what I find funny, yeah, asking questions and all of that, it's open, the conversation. The funny
Yeah,
thing is that people do that in a more natural way on Instagram, for example, or on
yeah,
Facebook or on Twitter, right? People start conversations all the time. They comment on each other posts. They share that. Oh, I
yeah.
read that. I thought about you and all of that. It's the same thing, people, on LinkedIn. There is no change. We're all talking about social media platforms. So the basic ways to use it is the same. Interact with it. Be social. Social media, be social. Got it? That's it, right? Being social to connect
Exactly.
with people. Yeah. And why is it so important? Bring value. Yeah. Why is it so important? Engaging, bring value, connect with people. So what does it do with the algorithm in the platform? Does it really
It's
change something or not really?
you have more views. You have more views on the comment that you make, but also if you write an article, for example, it's put up your profile, your comments, so you have more visibility basically.
Yes. And if I'm a candidate, do I need visibility on LinkedIn? Is it important for me as a candidate?
Of course, it's everything, and it's the network also.
Yeah,
So yeah,
exactly. So commenting on LinkedIn, sharing, posting stuff, it's not only for people who want to, I don't know, attract clients, for
No.
people who have a business. No, it's also it's for everybody, because as Annie said,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
visibility will come from, yeah, from the engagement, from the algorithm, the robot, let's say, that works behind LinkedIn, that makes the machine work, likes that people spend more time on the platform. So if you are using the platform, if you're engaging with you post something, someone click like and comment, and then you reply the comment, and then you go on that person and you comment her post and all of that. This is time that you're spending on the platform. So LinkedIn, you don't need to pay to have a profile on LinkedIn, unless you want the premium one, but you have the free version, but you pay with your time. I always say that to my clients. On LinkedIn, we all pay with our time. So the more time you spend on the platform, the better. But it's not spent only scrolling down and check. It's not
Yeah.
this time that I'm talking about. It's interacting. It's
Yeah.
using. Yeah, connecting with people, engaging with people. It's interacting with others on
That's
LinkedIn.
my side too. About LinkedIn, what I want to say also is
Ah,
that not just about wait. It's not just about, okay, I'm on LinkedIn, I create my profile, it's set, it's full, and I'm done with it. I don't need to change it. I don't need LinkedIn have also to evaluate with your career, with your process, with your
exactly.
system, not just, oh, it's done and I'm done with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you do a new course, you can go there, you can and should go there and update that, a new skill, a new language. If you read a book, you can make a post about it. If you
Exactly.
attended an online event, you can make, so it's interactive. That's correct. Curriculum should be the same, but LinkedIn even more. It's more alive.
Yeah.
So it's not like I did once, that's it, done forever. I wish, but it's not that easy.
No.
It's not that easy. When you are not working at the moment, so if you're not working, should you hide this information? Let me say my
No.
opinion. I don't think we should, yeah, I don't think we should hide anything, because if you lie in the recruitment process, at any point you can be eliminated from the process. As soon as the recruiter figure out, I don't know how, but if they figure out that you're lying at any aspect of your experience, of your responsibility, you will be like out of the process. And I've seen cases that even after hired, like, okay, I could keep the lie during the recruitment process, but when I was hired, recently after that, they discovered that I was lying. So you can still be fired, and with a reason, because you lied during the recruitment process. So don't lie. Don't lie. Like, definitely, I always tell my clients, don't lie. What I also say is that there are better ways to do things. Okay, so you can say the same story in one way or in another way or in another way. So there are better ways to
The
say
way
the
you
thing.
turn
You
it.
can put
Yeah.
exactly the way you turn it. You can put some makeup on the reality. That's how I say. You can say it in a nice way, but don't lie. Don't lie, because that's
Yeah.
going to come definitely against you. And if you start lying, that's not a nice way to start the process. You're going to be eliminated at some point. So don't lie, just present the positive side of the story,
Yeah.
and we can help to find that. I know it's not easy if you're not working, but there are ways to say things, but lying definitely
Yeah.
is a big no.
And
No.
also, people, like, I think it's from long time also that they're making such a big things of, oh, I have a gap in my CV, or I'm not working at the moment. And I think more and more people need to be aware and relax a little bit more about that. We still are human. We have
Yeah,
personal life and things happening, life happening. So it's
exactly.
okay to have a gap. It's okay to
It's
be at
okay.
the moment without a job.
Exactly. Exactly. Especially during COVID, people are so worried about what am I going to put in my curriculum if I'm not working now because of COVID? Put just like that, laid off because of COVID. I mean, people will understand. It's not the
Yes,
ideal situation, but it's a reality that everybody knows that is happening. So you don't need to pretend, you don't need to find elaborated excuse. Just go straight to the point, laid
exactly.
off due to COVID.
And they
End
will
of the
appreciate
story.
honesty and
Yeah,
integrity.
yeah. And then you put the emphasis on what you learned in this process, the courses that you have done, the
Yeah,
volunteer activities that you have done, the things I don't know, the new project, personal projects that you finally had the time to develop. Put the emphasis on the positive side, and don't
exactly.
worry too much. Shall I create some excuse for not being working? No, you're not working because your company reduced staff during COVID, period. Let's talk about what I have done with my time during COVID. That's a totally different story. That can actually help to sell you as a candidate. That could be a way to
Exactly. It
stand
will show
out.
your positive side, that you have a positive mindset and you not stay focused
Yeah,
on the negative and things. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, amazing. Very happy that you accepted my invitation. Thank you, thank you, thank you for that.
Thank you.